Thưa quý vị, sự đoàn kết mà Tổng thống Donald Trump ông kêu gọi khi ông đắc cử nay dường như nó đang thể hiện cho nhiều người thấy qua cuộc gặp gỡ giữa hai Tổng thống Donald Trump ứng cử và Tổng thống đương nhiệm Joe Biden tại Tòa Bạch Ốc. Niềm vui vẻ hạnh phúc hằn lên khuôn mặt của Tổng thống Joe Biden khiến cho nhiều người càng tin tưởng vào điều này hơn hết. Joe Rogan cho biết ông đã bảo đảm rằng Tổng thống Joe Biden đã bỏ phiếu cho Tổng thống Donald Trump sau khi ông theo dõi cuộc họp của cả hai ở tại Tòa Bạch Ốc. Doug Brandon hiện đã là MAGA. Nụ cười của anh ấy lớn thế nào? Nụ cười của anh ấy thật điên rồ. Điều đó chưa bao giờ thấy ông ấy hạnh phúc hơn như thế trong đời. Trong đời của ông ấy, nó giống như đạp được một con gì đó xuống và chúng ta thấy rằng nó không thể nói rằng nó không hạnh phúc. Giống như lúc là ông ấy đội chiếc mũ MAGA vậy. Thực sự là ông ấy vui lắm, ông ấy cười rất tươi. Ông ấy nói rằng chào mừng đã trở về. Và ông ấy nói tôi nghĩ rằng Trump là Hitler, tôi nghĩ ông ấy nguy hiểm.
Look at his mug, man. First of all, for sure he's got something going on with his forehead. They Botoxed the shit out of his forehead. They gave him a facelift for sure. There's a bunch of different things they did, which very ill-advised, by the way, folks. Look at Trump. He looks like shit. No one cares. Everyone loves him. You don't look better if you get your face pulled back like a lizard. No. You just look more like a lizard. Everybody thinks you're a lizard already. But look at that smile. That motherfucker's never been happier in his life. In his life. He's like, that bitch. She went down. You can't tell me he wasn't happy. Like when he put that MAGA hat on, you ever see that?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He put the MAGA hat on. And he took it with him on the plane. I guarantee you, that motherfucker was happy. He had a giant smile on his face. He said, welcome back to him. I thought it was Hitler. I thought he was dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they all said, right? It's like, hey, this is he's a threat to democracy.
I thought he was a Nazi.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, we're going to have a smooth transition here.
This was the guy that you said was sharp as a tack. He was going to, up until 4 months ago. 4 months ago, that guy was going to be running again. And now here he is, smiling like a Cheshire cat. How big was his smile? That's a crazy smile.
Oh, man, he looks like he's wearing a mask.
He might be.
Yeah.
There was that one fake Biden. Did you ever see the fake Biden?
Yeah, yeah.
The tall guy?
Yeah.
That guy was so much taller. The guy was like 6'4". He was a giant Biden. It made no sense.
They're going to smoke that one by us. Like, it's like, dude, this guy's like, 6'7", could be playing in the NBA. Like,
he was so much taller. They showed Jill and him together. Jill's like, what happened? That's a different human being.
Totally.
It's so nuts, man. It's so nuts. All the different things that happened during this election are wilder than anything you've ever seen in a fucking movie.
Chúng ta thấy trò Ri của MSNBC đã gần như là suy sụp ngay trên sóng trực tiếp vì Đảng Cộng Hòa và Đảng Dân Chủ đang đoàn kết. Ri đã nổi giận vì Tổng thống Biden và Tổng thống đắc cử Donald Trump dường như đã trở thành bạn bè. Brandon muốn đoàn kết lại anh ấy ở đây với anh chàng mà anh ấy mới đây còn nói là đang hủy hoại linh hồn của nước Mỹ. Đây một điều đáng chú ý. Không, chúng ta không thể đoàn kết lại. Chúng ta không thể đoàn kết lại để giải quyết vấn đề trục xuất hàng loạt và có khả năng chia cắt các gia đình hoặc ném họ vào các trại tập trung. Chúng ta không thể cùng nhau đuổi phụ nữ hoặc người chuyển giới ra khỏi quân đội chỉ vì anh chàng đàn ông lực lưỡng trên TV nói như vậy. 4 năm sẽ là quãng thời gian dài đối với Choi.
Got death threats too, and they were all Republicans. And now that your guy won, suddenly y'all want to come together? Would that be before or after we get over your body, my choice? Look, clearly Brandon wants to come together. Here he is, kikiing with the guy he was just recently saying was destroying the soul of America. It's a remarkable scene. When Biden beat Donald Trump in 2020, Trump refused to attend his swearing in. But Biden will surely be right there at Trump's. I guess the whole peaceful transition of power thing only works for Republicans when the power is being peacefully transferred to them. And it's not like Donald Trump has changed. His entire campaign was centered on anything but coming together, but rather around insults, threats, weird swaying, and Hitler quotes. So please, educate me. what would you like us to come together around? You all are the ones claiming that this lady, the sitting vice president of the United States, would have been a DEI hire as president, despite having been a duly elected prosecutor, attorney general of the largest state in the union, a United States senator, and the VP. While you claim this guy is more qualified than she is because he's a man and he played a successful real estate tycoon on a popular TV show? Seriously? Are we meant to come together around his running mate, whose only job prior to 18 months as a senator was working for Peter Thiel, but apparently is not a DEI vice president for some reason that I cannot fathom? A guy who has not once taken back his insults against half the women in this country? We're coming together on sliming women as childless cat ladies now? Really? The four-star general is a DEI hire to you, scared to get on a plane with a black pilot types, but this guy is qualified to be Secretary of Defense because he was a National Guard captain and co-hosts a popular weekend TV show on Fox? I wonder what makes him not DEI. I'll keep noodling on it. I'm sure it'll come to me. And Trump is hiring a bunch of these underqualified people for really important jobs in his next administration, demanding that we all affirm them as perfectly serious candidates so we can all, come together. It is a common feature of authoritarianism and fascism that the nation is called to come together under the autocrat and accept that his incompetent lackeys are our betters. The idea that any random white guy or right-thinking woman with zero background is inherently superior to any black person or woman, no matter how many degrees or qualifications they have, is a conceit of fascism and ethno-nationalism that, no, we cannot come together around. We cannot come together around mass deporting millions of immigrants and potentially separating families or throwing them into internment camps. We can't come together around kicking women or gay, bi, or trans people out of the military just because macho man weekend TV guys said so. Or around the idea of banning abortion and IVF nationwide and watching more women die from sepsis or more teenagers giving birth to rape babies. We can't come together around Matt Gaetz, who was accused of trafficking a teenage girl, something he denies, being the top law enforcement official in the land and getting to see all the evidence against him, including the identities of his accusers, with the freedom to persecute them and prosecute anyone else that Donald Trump tells him to. We cannot come together around banning accurate black history or renaming military bases after Confederate generals. We cannot come together around ignoring the women who accused Trump of sexually harassing or abusing them. We cannot come together around Elon Musk, who runs an app infused with racism and misogyny and who gained that app to sway an election and now essentially co-owns a president alongside Vladimir Putin. We cannot come together around the United States becoming the junior partner to Russia and the handmaid to letting Bibi Netanyahu and his right-wing religious fanatics destroy what's left of the Palestinian people. Joe Biden is perfectly free to come together with Trump and the people who literally 3 days ago were calling him every name in the book because he's the president and therefore immune from prosecution by our soon-to-be autocrat under John Roberts' rules for American kings. So he has the privilege of coming together with the guy who quoted Hitler on his way back to the White House. Some of us do not have the privilege to come together around that.
Thưa quý vị, sự đoàn kết mà Tổng thống Donald Trump ông kêu gọi khi ông đắc cử nay dường như nó đang thể hiện cho nhiều người thấy qua cuộc gặp gỡ giữa hai Tổng thống Donald Trump ứng cử và Tổng thống đương nhiệm Joe Biden tại Tòa Bạch Ốc. Niềm vui vẻ, hạnh phúc hằn lên khuôn mặt của Tổng thống Joe Biden, khiến cho nhiều người càng tin tưởng vào điều này hơn hết. Joe Rogan cho biết ông đã bảo đảm rằng Tổng thống Joe Biden đã bỏ phiếu cho Tổng thống Donald Trump sau khi ông theo dõi cuộc họp của cả hai tại Tòa Bạch Ốc. Doug Brandon hiện đã là MAGA. Nụ cười của anh ấy lớn thế nào? Nụ cười của anh ấy thật điên rồ. Điều đó chưa bao giờ thấy ông ấy hạnh phúc hơn như thế trong đời. Trong đời của ông ấy, nó giống như đạp được một con gì đó xuống và chúng ta thấy rằng nó không thể nói rằng nó không hạnh phúc. Giống như lúc là ông ấy đội chiếc mũ MAGA vậy. Thực sự là ông ấy vui lắm, ông ấy cười rất tươi. Ông ấy nói rằng chào mừng đã trở về. Và ông ấy nói tôi nghĩ rằng Trump là Hitler, tôi nghĩ ông ấy nguy hiểm.
This is something that Donald Trump has said explicitly. It's a power he has wanted to use. It's one of the warnings we heard from the Joint Chiefs in his administration when he was president before, and it's in Project 2025. And so it's not just that position, it's also health and its implications for people's daily lives. But the United States of America is based on some transparency and accountability and checks and balances. And if we throw them out of the window, to Bill's point, it's not only that it offends the Constitution, but we will feel that pain, that danger, and that lack of protection in our daily lives.
Kính thưa quý vị, một chút thông tin kênh xin gửi đến quý vị. Xin chân thành cảm ơn quý vị đã dành thời gian quý báu để lắng nghe, cũng như dành thời gian để nhấn đăng ký và thích kênh, để quý vị có thể nhận được những video mới nhất từ kênh. Xin trân trọng.